Burn, roll a D100. Hannibal has been licking your face for 3 hours.
Okay.
You're gonna get cute. You're gonna get cute doggy-itis. Oh my god. Oh my god, you're infected. Now you have to lick everyone else's faces. Starting now. No, just kidding.
It's starting
All
with
right,
Nora.
Claire,
I want to see
top.
how that goes down.
Oh, Jesus Christ. So you want to roll a new character now, or do you want to wait until she shoves your head up your own ass? All right. All right, anyway. All right. Is it fair to assume that everyone can be gathered together relatively easily?
Mm-hmm.
Might take Patrick a few times of like, Patrick.
You're going to have to find Patrick because he's in his workshop.
I'll go root Patrick out.
All right. He's in the middle of doing his sign thing.
You
Patrick,
just see like a butt ton of code.
Oh, Jesus.
Patrick, do you mind coming in here for a second? I wanted to talk to everyone real quick, and I've got gifts for you.
He's like, yeah, I can do that if you need to talk, and he will hit his save thing just like every other person should do. Hit the save button and then keep going to the table.
Good. You saved your work. That's
And-
important.
To save time, Al would basically recant what's taken place over the day. He would display the bugs he bought legitimately, and then talk about his contacts with the black market and the bugs that he can get less legitimately. Display their price. Say, I think it's worth it given the quality of these items, and considering that we want to be very, very, very sure that she's guilty before we do whatever we decide to do. I personally think it's worth the money. However, I'm not going to make a deal or actually go through a deal like this without consent with everyone.
We have 4.684 million credits. I don't care.
Patrick is really into this plan. He's gonna go. How thin are the wires?
They said about the size of a hair.
Wonder if they mean the casing or the wire itself.
I would
And they'll
assume they
go into
meant.
the-
I was gonna say I would assume they meant the entire thing.
Interesting.
Also,
Gotta go off and do
if
something.
we are going to buy those, Al would kind of put the other bugs and the lithium battery in front of Patrick. I don't know if we need these or not, but you can feel free to tinker with them however you wish. Also, one last thing, I would like to, given how difficult it is to make contacts in the black market, and given how I don't typically like to deal with them, but they can be very useful friends to have around, I'd like to up that gentleman's finder fee a little bit to get on good graces.
Yeah, that's fine.
I would say another 500 should do.
Al will nod.
Yeah, that seems good.
So make it an even 41,000.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then
Well, technically, out of character, you said 5%, which is 2,000.
I can't math.
It's fine. It's
So
fine.
why don't we-
One
So
percent.
why don't we make it 43,000?
yeah, that'll do. And then we add like an extra
Yes.
1,000 in just to grease the wheels a little bit.
Yeah.
So 43,000.
It was a test. It was totally a test. Yep.
And I will say that'll give us 6 fiber optics. I don't even know if we'll need them all, but it's nice to have some spares in case we ever do need them. So, yeah, all opposed say nay.
Nay.
My God, God's
fine.
speaking
Shut
to us.
up.
Like
God,
since
God.
since it's the
That's
DM, even that little tiny nay was just like shaking the behemoth.
I just created 3 new worlds all on my horses.
Hannibal scared in a corner.
All right then. I'm supposed to meet them at 1:30 with the for the drop, which means we should have them in plenty of time for tonight. Which means that we should be, for the most part, set. Tom and I, and he'll nod to Alicia if she's willing, will hit her house while she's gone, while we leave it to you fine people to entertain our guests.
Alicia's more than fine helping taking down slavers.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she's in. All right. So, we'll just say, for the sake of, once again, just to speed things along, you make the drop, you pay off for Julian. He says, thanks a lot. Remember, thanks for the added bonus. Appreciate it. Glad to see there's some respect here. It's good. I don't need to know your name just yet. Maybe if we do a few more things, then, maybe we get to know each other a little bit better. But, of course, I don't have to say anything about any negative consequences coming back on me or anything like that, right?
Absolutely. If I ever do need to do business with you again, what's the best way to get a hold of you that won't give you too much trouble?
Oh, I'm kind of what you say is a face guy, right? So you just come to me to my face. So just come by the carriage place. I work there as a kind of a day job, I guess you could say. That's the best place to find me.
Fair enough. It has been a pleasure doing business with you.
You bet. You bet, stranger. I have no idea what you're talking about, he says as he puts the cred stick in his pocket and walks away.
Al will nod his head and touch his forehead like a salute type thing.
Gotcha. He pokes his own forehead more like in a thinking motion.
And Al will pocket the equipment rather delicately.
No, he didn't give you the equipment. He gave you the place to pick it up.
Oh, right.
We're going to get to that
cool.
point.
All right.
The place to pick it up, actually, is a... I don't know. Let's see. Is a friend of his that who's just on the street corner on the northern part of town. It takes a bit of a hike, but after he gave you a passcode. You approach the same guy who meets the description with the passcode. He gives you the little brown box, and then he takes off. Okay?
All right.
Easy enough. Opening it up, you do see the fiber wire cameras and the batteries. There is 8 of them as promised. However, you're getting the feeling that you might have been oversold a little bit. Not a lot. They're not really hair thin. They're more like, let's see here. What's another good? They're like the size. They're like half the size of a popsicle stick, if that makes sense.
You mean width-wise?
Yeah, width-wise, yeah.
Okay, so
or like circumference-wise. They're still very, very small.
But like the size of maybe a wire that would connect to your outlet.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. I should have just said a standard wire. Oh my god, right. GM, seriously.
Well,
anyway,
no, that works. Okay. Al will.
They're that,
probably...
and the batteries themselves are around the same size. Yeah, of what he said. Maybe a little bit bigger.
I don't think Al would be too surprised, having dealt with the black market before.
Yeah. Especially for some guy off the street, right?
He knows to set his standards suitably. So yeah. Okay, then I will return to the Behemoth, and I think my first stop would be with Patrick to show him those and see if there's anything Patrick, first so Patrick can make sure that they're working and everything's working right, and see if there's anything Patrick can do to make them better or whatnot.
All right, Patrick, if you're game for it, roll me another electrical engineer check.
Sure.
All right, good. Half the batteries aren't charged at all. So there's one problem, which you can easily fix.
Oh, boy.
The other problem is that one of them is broken. Like, busted to shit. Like, exterior, it looks fine, but when you kind of check out the wire, you realize it's actually kind of... the integrity of it is very poor. Yeah.
I will sigh.
Knowing most batteries, if it works like most batteries, if it is broken, it is most likely going to stay broken.
Yeah.
Unless it is literally just a wire problem, then
no, it's the entire unit, both battery and fiber wire.
Okay. So yeah, this is trash.
So you have 7. Sorry.
It's all right.
It's the black market.
Again, Al's expectations suitably low.
What makes you feel any better? Just blame Lee. He's the one who introduced you to this guy. All right. All right. So, let's see here. All right. So, what's next, guys?
Well, I should probably get work on charging and suiting these things with the proper batteries.
Sure, that's easy enough.
And
that takes maybe an hour to do.
Sorry, and I would spend time teaching Byrne and Alicia if she needs it to how to install them into different places and conceal them and all that good stuff.
Okay.
Alicia is not unappreciative, but she says, "I know next to nothing about that. I don't know if I'm going to learn in the next couple hours. How about I just kind of keep my eyes open for you instead?"
That's
that-
always useful too.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Anything else that you got? Because we can just move the scene along towards that evening if you like.
Yeah.
Shall we do that?
Mm-hmm.
Groovy. So give me a moment. Just gonna take a quick bathroom break, refresh my water,
I'll do that
and
too.
I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Cool.
Run as fast as you can.
You know what? Here's a good question for the chat, because you guys probably watch this on YouTube too. A lot of times when we take these little breaks, I just leave it recording, because we usually end up talking about some stuff. But do you guys prefer I cut those out? Like just stop recording when we do breaks? Chatters.
Go ahead and go AFK, and then we'll say what they say.
Yeah, that'll work. I'll be right back then.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make sure that I record the amount of hours that I put into this.
Yeah.
Because I got 2 from 11 and 12. That was 2 of them. 10 to 11, 11 to 12. If I'm assuming that he got me at lunchtime.
Aw, now I'm sad. This is
What's
sad. This is very, very sad. Let me link it to the rest of you.
Oh, is it of Lee?
Yeah, it's sadly.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'll just go now.
Sadly.
These pictures been awesome.
Yeah,
Sad.
these pictures are amazing.
I like the one of Tom and Hannibal. It's super cute.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
I don't think I've discussed exactly what I'm going to try to make.
Yeah,
With
I have
anybody.
no idea what you were trying to do, and it's boggling my goddamn mind. Would you
Oh, what,
mind
the sine
explaining
wave
it?
thing?
Yeah. That thing.
It is basically I'm going to try
Give me that.
to make it so that I can actually scan radio signals for chatter,
Oh.
so I don't have to do it manually.
Interesting.
Who's oh, Lee.
Yeah.
Is Lee big? I didn't think he was big. He might be.
Could be.
Oh,
It's a little
and
chubby. Let me just. I haven't seen this yet. I gotta check this out.
chat said that they like to have it recording.
Okay, then I'll just leave it recording during our breaks.
Random stuff happens usually.
You know what? That's pretty close to his body type. Maybe he's about 10 pounds heavier, 10, 15, but I think that's pretty damn close. Not too bad.
Oh, by the way, so I did take gymnastics and locksmith. I've updated stuff. Quick question. It says gymnastics adds 5% to my prowl, and it doesn't say anything about after that. So I assume it's just a one-time bonus to prowl, and then everything else prowl just is prowl.
Bingo.
Okay.
Yep.
There was another one that I was a little confused at. Climb. It says climb starts at a base of 25% and does not have any sort of increase. So it will be 25% forever.
No, it should have a 5% increase per level.
All right, maybe it was a.
Hmm.
That's a. Oh, and one last question, just a small thing. I keep saying one last question. I gotta stop that.
Yeah, it's a lie. You're a
I
dirty
know,
liar.
It's a horrible lie. I'm so sorry. Our attributes do not ever increase with levels, right?
Correct.
Okay. I am so close to 20 pp. But I shall forever be close to 20 pp. Do you know when it starts to give us a bonus for initiative? Because I can't find that anywhere.
It's typically in the combat, or if you're
In the
physical
hand-to-hand.
in the hand-to-hand, yeah.
Yeah.
Check hand to hand then. Because I know, like, if you get a high enough PP, you get a bonus to your initiative roll, but I have no idea what that is.
Mm,
It might be at 21 and above.
yeah.
Then I'm nowhere near.
Should be pretty.
Because I'm at 20 and I don't get a bonus.
Let me
to
check.
initiative.
I have the main book open here. Give me a moment.
Yeah.
All right, bonus to initiative. Parry, dodge, and strike bonus. Charm, impress. I don't see it anywhere where you get a bonus to initiative. You get bonus to physical prowess, gives you the parry, dodge, and strike bonus. As far as hand-to-hand skills, most of the time it's something that's just with the class, like juicers, for example. Since they're hopped up on stuff, they get bonuses to initiative because they move so fast.
I just
right?
assumed
Okay.
they were linked because, like, if you look at the sheet, it's like, versus illusion is linked to IQ, versus your trust intimidate is linked to MA,
No, it's not
bonus
linked.
damage is linked to strength, so I figured initiative was linked to PP.
No, I think they just needed a place to put initiative in that sheet.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
Alrighty. Everyone back?
Yay.
Yeah, all right. So we're going to move to the party. So first things first, what are the okay, so who are our two groups?
If I recall correctly, it was Alicia, Al, and Tom
Mhm.
was one group.
Mhm.
And then the other group was the
Patrick and
Party
Mila?
Crashers. Yeah.
Party Crashers, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, you guys all know that the party, the gathering at the Painted Lodge, the guests start to arrive around 6 o'clock. So, when does, we'll say, Team Breakin', when does Team Breakin' want to head towards Huddersfield? When do they want to start their shit?
Do we know how long the dinner is supposed to last?
11.
11 o'clock is when the kitchen and bar open until 11 o'clock. This is the general idea. Guests arrive at 6 o'clock. Dinner starts at 6:30. At 7:30, there's a special performance. Nightcap, drinks, and revelry at 8 o'clock, and the kitchen and bar opens until 11. Of course, people can come and go as they please. So there's no guaranteed time of, time
Right.
being there for the entire time, for some of the time, for dinner. What? So
Then
I just need to know when you start.
I think, Tom, if you agree, maybe we start traveling there about time dinner is served, so 6:30.
Yeah. Sounds good to me.
Okay, excellent. Then that means we are going to start off with Patrick and Mila. Pam will be there too, but she will be mostly voiceless. Unless you directly engage in our little mermaid friend. Okie dokie, otochokes. So, Mila and Patrick, you are invited. So, first things first, I guess, do you arrive at 6 o'clock with the rest of the guests? Do you go earlier? Do you go later? What would you prefer?
I think I would probably be slightly early, whenever it's supposed to be starting, about 20 minutes before that.
Okay, so 20 to 6. All right, Mila, same? Gonna go
Yeah,
along with Patrick? Okay.
She would go when he goes.
All right, so now what are you guys wearing?
Oh, you know Patrick. He's wearing his casual clothes.
Okay. Mila?
Nora slightly dressed up, but she's stumbling around in the shoes she's wearing.
Awesome. That is awesome. Okay, so here you are. You guys are going to have the Painted Lodge. And you guys are going off to Huddersfield. I have maps too, but not yet. Not yet. All right. So you arrive. You arrive 20 minutes early. You see Zoe's there already, along with Caleb and a few other performers. It seems like they are just getting over. They're going over the last little plan, and Zoe, hashes you in on this as well. The performance in attendance are Zoe herself, of course. She's the organizer. She's going to be greeting everyone as well as they come on in. You're welcome to join her as well, since you guys paid the money for this. You guys can do whatever you want. Caleb and the rest of Kanto are there, but they're as guests. They'll be intermingling with the crowd. As you can tell, Siren Raycroft, that talkative Barker elf, he was not officially invited, but he has just strolled through the door, and with a sigh from Zoe, has kind of insisted that he gets invited as a guest to this party as well, which she is too busy and tired to disagree. So Siren's there. Giovanni, also known as the Firebrand, he's there as a guest. Moshanji, the cat-like DB, and 2 other jugglers will be performing. 2 other singers who are in the group, both a man and a woman, they are going to be taking turns singing in the dining room as entertainment while people eat. There are 2 other minstrels that have both a guitar and a flute as instruments, and they're both accomplished dancers. They're going to be a warm-up act for Death Clock. And Death Clock, if you guys aren't 100% remembering, because you had a brief introduction of her when you were at Perrin's Post. Her name is actually Tessa Van, or Tessa, she likes to go by, but her stage name is Death Clock, and she's liking it quite a bit. She's a juicer, which means she has been chemically augmented, much like Mila has been mentally augmented to make her stronger, faster. So has Tessa by use of chemicals. She has short-cropped, dirty blonde hair. She's petite, but she's extremely athletic and acrobatic. And she, of course, fancies herself a little bit of a daredevil. And she has arranged, her and Zoe and Caleb have arranged for her to be the main show of the evening. She's going to be doing a death-defying stunt. Zoe has invited along a few showgirls to act as assistants to Death Clock, in which Death Clock gives a look at these, very pretty, voluptuous women with a bit of a small of a scowl or a dismissive smirk. And she says to Zoe, "Really? You want me to perform with them?" And Zoe says, "Well, that's what people like." And Death Clock kind of gives a bit of a sigh and just accepts it. So those are the performers getting into attendance. Do you want to talk with any of them?
No.
No? Okay, fair enough. All right.
Well, I don't know if Patrick does, but
Yeah.
Nora certainly doesn't care.
All right. All right.
I don't think he would invite himself to a conversation of performers that are probably behind or up on stage or something like that.
Okay. They're just practicing. They're just talking right now.
So
mhm.
Are we just awkwardly standing there then?
You don't have to.
We can find a table.
You can find a
Okay.
table, or the guests will be arriving probably in the next 15 minutes or so, and then when the place fills out a little bit, you'll be all set. Now, actually, the Painted Lodge, some of your massive amount of money that you gave them, actually rented out the entire building for the entire evening as a last minute. The first floor is really a dining area that's open to the general the public. It's the second floor and third floor which are the mainstays of attraction. The second floor is going to be the actual dining area that is very lavish, very well decorated with flowers and other sorts of decorations along its hardwood visage. And the food itself is a buffet style. And in fact, a lot of the staff members of the Painted Lodge are finishing heating things up and starting to set the. Well, no, not quite yet. Actually, they're still arranging. They're still preparing some of the food there. And it's going to be on the 3rd floor that has been booked as the performance area, where Death Clock will be doing her special show. So after people are done eating, they can go upstairs, watch a show, be entertained. All good. All right? Now, before the doors open and the guests in attendance come in, but after the initial meeting of the performers, Mila, or Nora, I should say Nora, since that's the personality in effect right now. Nora, Death Clock actually comes towards you to approach you for conversation. Do you engage with her?
Sure, but Nora is not leaving Patrick's side. Just
Okay.
so we're clear.
Okay, that's fine. So Nora goes up to the two of you. She grabs a seat and she sits down. She goes, "Hey, I haven't talked to you guys very much since you've been here, but oh shit, I was wondering if I'd ask you guys for a favor."
I'm not quite sure. As
Well-
long as it's isn't too much of a hassle, I think we can probably help out with something.
Well, I hope not, and feel free to say no. It's just I'm going to be doing my show, and it's going to be pretty amazing if I do say so myself. I got this special glass cage that's going to be filled with water. I'm going to be hanging from a hook with a coat and chains wrapped around me. I'm going to be dunked in the water. I'm going to try to escape, right? Now, the only way Zoe and Caleb are going to let me do this is if there is a safety on it, all right? And the safety is breaking open the glass cage with a hammer that's nearby. Pretty big sledgehammer to let the water out in emergency so I don't drown, okay? These frissy little girls that they set up with me probably couldn't even pick up that damn hammer. I was wondering if either of you would be able to help me out. So, I mean, she says things are going to be just fine. I've practiced this 100 times. I'm fine. I'm not nervous. I can do this. I can hold my breath for like 5 minutes, and the clock's set for 3. So, whatever, right? It's just, I just need someone to smash the glass open if the shit goes wrong. You up for it?
I cannot do. I could barely pick up most things, let alone
Okay,
swing it heavily.
never mind then. Never mind. How about you? She says. She looks over to Nora.
No, I couldn't lift. No, I'm sorry. No.
All right, that's fine then. She says. I just thought I'd ask. Have fun. She says, and she dismisses herself. So, without further ado, shall we get the party in full swing?
Sure.
Sure?
Sure.
Okay. All right. So, now this is going to be really interesting. So the guests start to arrive, actually probably 5 minutes before 6 o'clock. And I am going to, just for the sake of immersion, here's the big question. Do you guys keep note of who's arriving, or do you keep your eyes out, or are you just lost in the wave of people?
I want to make sure that I guess I should probably make sure of this beforehand. If there is a booking of each person.
A booking? Oh, so who do we have who we're expecting?
Yeah.
Yeah, Zoe has that list, most definitely. She has the whole list of who she sent invitations to and who responded in time.
All right.
Are you interested in that list?
I'm going to make mental note that is in existence.
Okay.
And probably just without too much hiding, but also not with just like I'm just trying to stare at you to see if you're.
You're being subtle.
Yeah, it's not particularly being. All right, it's like he's looking around and just looking at people. And if people get an eye contact, they might feel uncomfortable, but that's about it.
Okay. All right. Cool.